Hi, welcome to my little cooking show. We have, let's say hi to everybody. Here's Kristen and Lindsay. Here's Mallory. Here's Emily and Zolfie in the baby zone. And there's Fiona and Coco. So I'm doing a little video because my friend Noi is Orthodox and she can't be at my house right now. But she wants to learn Japanese curry. So we'll start by making the rice, because you just leave the rice to sit. I already measured 3 cups. I know I don't normally measure, but I did this time. So, you probably all know how to make rice already.
I also have a rice cooker.
You have a rice cooker? Do you have one of these? These are awesome. It's like a mini strainer. You can get it at, it's like a Japanese version of the dollar store called Daiso, and everything is up to $4. But this, you wash it and then you don't lose the rice when you wash it. It's awesome.
Where is that thing?
Daiso, it's on Sawtell. Do you know where Sawtell and Olympic? How everything's like all the Japanese stores around the area.
Yeah.
Next to Daiso, there's a sushi place where it comes in
The
conveyor belt.
I've never eaten at a conveyor belt sushi place.
And there's a really good karaoke spot there too.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that whole area. There's actually a place. There's actually a place called the Curry House that I really like to go to because I love Japanese curry. Alright, so we'll just leave this to sit. Look at it's Hello Kitty. Are you so jealous of my Hello Kitty rice cooker?
What are you doing? I wish I'd come up with Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty in the first place.
So rich.
Maybe. Then I press go, and that'll be done. Hey Fiona. Fiona. Oh, that's not Fiona. Sorry, it's Sophie. All right. So last time I didn't pre-cut anything. I just did it like you're really in my kitchen. This time I was like, maybe you don't need to watch me cut potatoes.
Well, we could learn something new.
I realize you probably won't. You probably just won't learn anything new from potatoes, at least. Cool. So the first thing you do is make a roux. Which,
I really when people make a roux.
do you like making it? Is that your favorite part of cooking shows, or are you like doing it yourself?
No, I like it when other people make a roux.
It's gonna just
turn
turn itself off.
I'll try and remember to move the mouse
think it's
every
still
few
going, yeah.
seconds.
Is it still recording though?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
still
The
recording
green.
because the
Okay.
timer is
Or
still
the-
going.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually okay. It'll probably save your battery too if this screen's
If
on.
the screen's off. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you can use regular flour, but I'm gonna just use
I like it when people make a roux for me.
you don't want to do it yourself. So I'm using a green pan. Have you heard of the green pan thing? It's like Teflon, but not poisonous.
Oh wait, what
There
is that?
It's like a ceramic
I got a red
something
plastic.
composite.
Oh, that sounds good.
They're really good.
But I don't know how to clean it.
That's
It's like getting
It's getting gross.
residue on it.
I don't know. I've never had a copper one. I'd love to know what are the pros and cons. So I'll go to Sur La Table or Sur Boss or and I'll go to every aisle and read about everything. I like actually bringing a guy and pointing out why I like things or don't like things. The guy never likes it. I like doing it. I'm like, look how cute this is. It's amazing. Do you know what you do with it? So that's 2 tablespoons.
That's like
A little
6
more.
tablespoons.
We're gonna make a lot of roux right now.
What kind of flour is that?
So I really like this one.
garbanzo.
The garbanzo bean flour. So there's gluten-free flours, but the blends have sugar in them sometimes. So I don't like that as much. And then the garbanzo bean has a good taste to it on its own, and then it also makes things stick together. So I'll just shred vegetables, put that flour on it, and then you can make a pancake out of anything. But if you use gluten-free flour, it's not as good. You know what I'm talking about, right? It gets crumbly sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of corn and
Yeah, and they have corn and stuff in
You
it.
guys
So
get
yeah. So this one's really good. I don't know. I just like how it tastes too. It's not as.
sometimes I think that garbanzo bean flour can be used as an egg replacement.
Yeah.
Like the texture and everything.
Yeah, I use the liquid from garbanzo beans. Like you open up the can and you pour it in the KitchenAid, and then you just put like powdered sugar or stevia, and you just like let it whip for like 8 minutes, and it's like whipped cream. It's like as thick as whipped cream. Yeah, you have to try it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it today, but I think that the powdered sugar might have corn in it. You know how like because powdered sugar has like a thickener in it. Cool. So, it's just oil and flour, and you stir it, and then we put 2 tablespoons of this spice. So, like, it says it's Oriental, which sounds racist, but things can be Oriental, just not people. Just not people. A rug, a spice, just not a person. Oh, anyways, I got this at Mitsuwa.
Okay.
Have you been to Mitsuwa?
Yeah.
Love Mitsuwa. So I wouldn't even bother like looking anywhere else. You can get it on like Amazon or something like that. My friend who does like free cooking classes, she never says where to buy things. But I feel like that's my number one question of like where the heck do you even get that thing?
Exactly.
Yeah. So most Japanese curry, like you don't use this. You use these little cubes. Let me show you.
Oh yeah.
So these are the cubes usually, and you bring them out, and they're like little cubes, but they always have gluten in them, and they have fish powder in them, so they're not vegan. And even sometimes they'll say it's vegetarian on the outside, but then it has like fish powder in it if you read the ingredients. Because
and they're like,
that's it. Like fish are dumb. So they
fish
don't
are.
count.
It's kind of like my so-called wedding or my big
like I'll
wedding.
make lamb.
I make lamb.
Cool. So you can see I'm just cooking whatever. So you just stir this until it gets thickish, and then you just turn off the heat and you leave it. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Sweating already. So our house is gonna smell like curry for days, but I'm like totally fine with that.
They're
for days.
Some people
smell like old potatoes.
Some people don't like it, but my sister was saying her husband doesn't like it. It's like he likes eating curry, but he doesn't want the house to smell like curry.
Mostly, it's mostly Brussels sprouts and like a couple other things that
That you
after
can't
I
handle.
make them, I'm like, I
You're
can't
like-
make them in summer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
don't have
Too
AC.
smelly.
The air doesn't flow through like enough. Like if I make it and then have to like close all the windows because I'm going to work, and I come home and it's like you open up your apartment and it smells so bad.
Yeah.
There's certain things I just cook in winter.
So I use
Just get a little hibachi grill
canola
and keep it
oil.
outside.
You can use coconut oil. Canola oil isn't the worst.
Not the best, but not the worst.
It's not the very like coconut oil is honestly better for you in my opinion, but like canola oil can handle higher heat without getting carcinogenic. But there's this weird, crazy internet craze about saying canola oil makes your flesh fall off your body, which is not true. It doesn't even.
If that was true, I would
Wow.
basically be a zombie. Right
No,
now.
totally,
Yeah.
exactly.
We'll all
There's
be a
this
leper
weird,
colony.
like, it's like this internet, like, canola oil is really made out of rapeseed. But they changed it to canola because
I've
it's
seen
Canadian
it.
oil. But, like,
yeah.
they're trying to say, it rapes you, your flesh falls off, and it's, like, so stupid. So stupid, like, anyways, just, like, this stuff about, like, oh, no, not coconut oil. It's, like, I don't know, people like these characters.
Do you want
Yeah.
to double check your computer and just make sure it's still in?
I
The
don't
timer's
know.
still going?
I
I think the timer's, I don't know. Oh, where's my
Probably have to push
I
it.
don't want to push the wrong
there's
thing.
still, like,
Do
a
I
green
stop
light
it if I
on
hit
my
the?
phone.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if that's the
Oh,
recording.
the green light's on. Yeah, you're right. That's it.
Oh, so the green light's on.
Oh, you
so
want me to
it's
sit
still
over
recording.
there?
I would think so, but I don't know.
Did I
Oh,
see a green light up
I
there?
mean,
Enter.
We'll just see. We can't worry about it too much.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's still going.
Okay, cool. So I pre-cut onions because, I didn't want to make you all tired. So it's like the standard, you put the oil in. I use a cast iron skillet because I don't like washing dishes. I know that's gross, but that's...
And the cast iron's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's just how I roll. I'm like, it's fine. And it's not like I'm cooking stuff that's gonna like...
You're just seasoning it.
I'm just seasoning it further, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're supposed to make sure the onions turn clear But I actually like to put everything on top so it's getting steamed. So, like, the onions will protect the things from getting burnt,
Mm-hmm.
but then everything's still cooking and it takes less time.
Yeah.
That's like that's what I do for everything. Like, that's why I retype the recipe. I'm like, this is a silly
It
recipe.
doesn't work. Yeah.
This isn't, well, it's not like it doesn't work. It's just silly
Yeah.
to make extra steps that are like,
Take longer.
Yeah.
yeah, like, I guess I kind of do that with a lot of recipes. Like, a lot of my recipes on my blog are like, this is a link to the original recipe. I made it take 30 minutes instead of an hour and a half. You know, just because I stack things.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh yeah. I
The
follow
rice-
that recipe.
I started the rice at the top, and by the time this is done, the rice is going to be done, and we're going to eat it all at the same time, rather than, like, leave it on the side to cook longer. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that?
Okay.
That's fun, huh, Fiona? You so happy?
Tommy, for a little bit.
Uh-oh, what's wrong, baby? And then carrots.
A mountain of vegetables.
You love the vegetables? Yeah, me too. Okay, so while this is gonna do its thing and get a little softer, I'm going to make. So it says to use like grate an apple. I'm not gonna grate an apple. I'm gonna put it in the Vitamix. So I already poured it. Oh, sorry. It says to take the skin off, but I don't want to. You know,
I like the skin on those
you know what I mean? Like,
Especially if it's
I just don't.
gonna be grated up anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. Well, also, if you have a regular blender, it'll be gross. But like, Vitamix will like explode the skin, so it's like.
Yeah, be
smooth,
careful. How about you do that on the
Is the apple going into a sauce or a...
So. Yeah, you just make the So it's like the apple. You make applesauce, and then it makes this sweet. It's like because Japanese curry is really like warm, sweet spice. So last time we did grate it. It took so long.
Yeah.
Because we just used like a microplane. And we're just
Oh,
like.
a microplane?
Like
Yeah.
juices all over. And
Well, we like caught the juice. But
Yeah.
it's just like, that
Yeah.
took 30
But it's
seconds.
like, I feel like it turns to mush sometimes when you try and do it.
It says to make it turn to mush, but
Yeah.
like, why
I
not?
mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
a microplane
right.
or is
Like,
like
if
a
you
it's
have
good for
So
garlic.
small. Yeah.
Like,
The edge of a lemon.
If you
Yeah.
have like, if you don't have a good blender though, you just have to do what you have to do. But you can just freaking use applesauce. You could just use pre-made applesauce, but like, a fresh Fuji apple is so good.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you just grated it, it's like,
Yeah.
so like, it adds a lot compared to this applesauce. So let's see. Okay. So it says to just use one clove of garlic, but I think that's absurd.
I always use more garlic.
You do? Me too.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not nearly enough.
You're like, that's ridiculous.
It's like when
one
recipes call
clove.
for like
Depends
a
on the
teaspoon
size
of
of the
vanilla. I'm like,
clove,
I
so.
know, I just pour vanilla in. Eyeball it.
Well, I'm just gonna fill this up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get garlic though where the cloves are like that big.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this clove is really two.
This is sufficient. Yeah, maybe cut it in half. Anyway, so I'm gonna put the garlic in. Not complicated. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, I just want to eat garlic. It's like, I just want to eat it raw. I don't eat garlic generally raw, but I have, you know the ginger root that you like grate?
Yeah.
I just love it so much. I would take my ginger root and lick it, and like get a zing, and then like lick it again and like get a zing. And I did it once until I got a sore in my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
It only took one day of licking it like a few times, and then I was like, oh, what's happening? This isn't right.
When I was a kid once at like an all-you-can-eat buffet place like Sizzler or something.
Yeah.
Our family went there and I only ate the pineapple.
Oh
From the
no!
salad
Yeah, you
bar.
get that like cut
I
in your
ate
tongue.
so much pineapple. By the time, and my mom was just like, she's like, I'm telling you,
You're gonna regret
you're
this.
gonna regret like these stores. And I was like, no. By the time we left, my lips were like, oh, and my tongue was like, oh, I want pineapple.
For baby Kristen.
But I kept
Poor
eating
baby
them. I kept eating that pineapple.
Have you guys used these before?
No.
What are they?
This is a vegan, gluten-free, not beef cubes.
Yeah. What's it made of?
It's just like mostly vegetables. So sea salt,
Tree bark.
oil, yeast, sugar, chicory extract, maltodextrin, onion, or celery, mushroom powder, garlic, mace. So I don't know if one's enough. I think I'll use 2. It's supposed to be for 3 cups. Let's see. 1/2 cube and 1 cup. Oh, okay, so I should use 1.5. Because I was supposed to do 3 cups of broth, but I'll do 2. Oh yeah, this one's really cool. Natalie had this when I was cooking in Japan, and I loved it so much that I bought it, and then I found the recipe and it calls for this, so I was super excited about that. So what's next? Okay. Carrots, potatoes, garlic, tomato paste. It's just chili pepper. What? It's a special kind of chili pepper though. It's like it doesn't taste.
Yeah.
It's like really.
I don't know, you see like a lot of variation in the color.
You can show the camera. So in the original recipe I did, it said you could use you could use ketchup or tomato paste, but I think it's silly to use using ketchup.
Yeah.
I like tomato paste.
I like tomato paste.
Yeah.
Mallory's wrinkling her nose in case you were wondering what's happening.
Yeah.
You don't like ketchup?
I'm not a ketchup fan.
Never?
No, I like it. I like it with certain things, but if a recipe is gonna call for ketchup or like,
I mean, that is
I'll
weird
go
for
on
it to
the
be in
side
a
of
recipe.
tomato
Yeah.
paste.
That is
Yeah.
weird
Could
for
you
it to
put
be
this up there so it's not late?
Last
Like-
night, I just wanted basically fry sauce.
Oh my gosh.
Ordered fries from the taco place across the street because I could just walk over there,
Uh-huh.
have my fries ready, come back, and I just like basically ate a bowl of fry sauce. And the fries were just
Oh.
a vehicle.
Yeah.
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 For the fry sauce.
I just
It's
You know,
mayonnaise and ketchup.
So guilty about just.
and it has there's like I went home to Boise because I didn't realize that fry sauce didn't exist really outside of like Utah, Idaho, all that much.
Minneapolis is where I first
until-
had it.
Really? Yeah, I feel like
Midwest.
most
Very
people,
Midwest.
people
It's
yeah, a
not
lot of
like
people
an
don't know
LA,
what fry sauce is.
It's
like,
Canadian
most
Midwesty.
And yeah, I went home to visit, and I went by like my favorite drive-ins and got
Culver's.
tater tots. And no, we don't actually have Culver's. It's West Side Drive-In. It's just a local, like
Yeah.
been around for forever. And yeah, I got tater tots with fry sauce. And it's like a fry sauce.
I'm from
Like
Minnesota,
pickle
I've
juice and stuff in it.
Not heard of fry
That's
sauce.
the
Give it a
secret.
little
It's
bite
a
or
little
something.
acidic.
And there was like dill in it, and there was dill in
I
the
love dill. I mean, that would go great with tomato.
the tater tots themselves, and they were so good because they were like super crispy, but they're like not the kind of
Just the
the huge
potatoes,
grease
carrots,
everywhere, like they're soggy inside. Like, I was like, these are the best tater tots and fries.
Oh, and that's the curry roux.
But I'm just like, it's so hard to find around
We
here.
made that separate.
There's
for
a,
kids, so it'll fit them
Like
better.
Freddy's custard or
I don't even know if
whatever,
I
out
really
in
need to, like,
Victorville. And then sometimes when they call me, stop there when they're driving that way. Because I'm like, 'cause they have skinny fries. I like them because they have higher oil.
they have
they
to
have like
skillet?
higher grease content.
I got it at
Yeah,
Fries,
Some
nobody eats
people
fries
like
with
it.
a potato. It's a vehicle for
I
whatever
think you
else.
can get
Like,
one most places.
it's a vehicle
Salt
for the
and
oil or the sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, I ordered
Or
the
like,
lid
if you
online.
get animal fries, it's just
So
a
you might
vehicle
just
for all
order
the
both
onions
online.
and
It's probably
sauce.
cheaper to get it with the lid.
Yeah.
I felt like it's such a heavy thing that went around, but
Well, it's just I couldn't find it live anywhere.
No, I mean
Look
the
at the
pan.
left.
It's so heavy.
Yeah. So maybe you could get the
But I
pan
cut
and then
them
order
for
that
them in
online.
Minnesota, so
I had this on
every
my
summer
Amazon
we
wish
visit
list
them
and
and
my
we
dad
have
bought
fry
it.
sauce. It was like the thing.
Right?
And so we would that's where we would dip our grilled cheese sandwiches in ketchup.
Oh yeah, I
And
have friends
fry
who
sauce.
did that right now.
And my family birth text just like grew up over this because
You
my
can bring the
oldest
share on
nephew
this side.
is married and his wife is just making fun of him left and right for doing
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
And
People
she's
like
like,
you.
nobody's ever done that. Nobody's ever heard of that. And we were all like, it's a thing.
I
It's
feel
a
like
thing.
people in the camp are either dipping their grilled cheese in ketchup or in tomato soup. And I was a tomato soup.
Oh, yeah,
first.
It's like if
Tomato
you're gonna dip it in
Yeah.
one though, it's like the same thing as dipping it in the other. I mean, it's not like it's like yeah, dip it in
It's
tomato
like
soup. That-
gazpacho.
it's not
and then the
crazy
hot-
if you
yeah.
dip it in ketchup. It just means you didn't want to make soup.
You like
Your mom
tomato-
put some
Alright,
ketchup on
And
the
that was
plate.
like I just
Cooking
graduated.
show, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this in. Aren't you jealous of the spatula?
I love little
Very
spatulas.
cute. I got it at the dollar store. It
Wow.
was a 2-pack. This was 50 cents. I'm like super proud of it.
I just see you snuggled up with your
My
spatula.
spatulas. I know, I'm like, I love you, spatula.
2 spatulas.
So you do the, what's it called? That tomato paste. Tomato
You
paste.
do this? How much? You don't do the whole
A
thing?
blob.
No, 2 tablespoons. So I just
I
did a
can
little
never
more.
find a recipe that actually uses a whole can of tomato
I
paste.
started
I
getting
just started
the-
You can
doing
get it in a
it.
tube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's
too?
a good idea.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Like it looks like a toothpaste.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna stick the 2 cubes in.
It's very European thing.
When you're not looking, though, I lick the paper.
Alright.
You're
No
allowed.
judgment.
No, my own shame is stopping me from doing it. Otherwise, I would.
But if nobody was here, you
Oh
would.
No,
man,
no
if
one
there
were
was
here,
I'm
I
like
would,
the person
like,
who's like
totally lick that
cleaning the
paper.
spatula off and like licking the beater from the
Yeah,
I'm
whatever
that
you're
person.
making from everything.
Everything, but especially cookie dough or
Especially
cake
cookie
batter.
Ketchup.
Oh, I think the pan's full. It'll overflow. I got it.
Okay,
The rest
apple
of it.
soy sauce, sweetener. Okay. So I'm gonna use that. I'm supposed to make it have soup broth, but I just put the cubes in, and I'm gonna add water to this to add the water and the applesauce at the same time. Just so it's not, you know what I'm doing.
Easier to get your applesauce out of there.
Yeah, I might as well, right?
Yeah, get all your apples.
Swish it
step.
around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swish around. It's gonna look gross, but like it's
Well,
just
And it's all going in there anyway.
yeah, it's all going in there anyways. Okay, cool. So here's my water and my applesauce. I'm gonna pour it over where the cubes are so they dissolve faster.
I love that moment where it like quiets down
Yeah.
because you feel like you're doing something.
You feel a sense of achievement
Like
in that
you've
moment.
affected what's happening.
Mhm.
Okay, so and then I use the soy sauce, two tablespoons, I think. 2 tablespoons. I just gluten-free tamari instead of the shoyu, so there's no what's it called no gluten in it.
You eyeball it.
This is 2 tablespoons for sure.
That's like half.
That was definitely 2
It's
tablespoons.
like the nice thing about cooking as opposed to baking.
Yeah, totally.
Is that you're just like,
My husband, like,
Eyeball
he
it.
gets all the ingredients out, puts it on the table, uses a knife to do the flour, and he'll do like every baking step.
mhm.
So it says to use agave, but like I just don't use agave. So I'm gonna just use a dropper full of stevia. But you could just skip the whole thing because I used a really sweet apple anyway. But
Why don't you like agave?
agave, some people feel like it's just like. You guys okay? Oh, just fun is happening over there. Some people feel like it's like affects your body like corn syrup does. Because some people are like it's good because it's low glycemic, so like you're not raising your blood sugar, but then like your body doesn't like process it right, like corn syrup. I don't really know if that's true, but I'm just like it's expensive.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not sure if it's like a health food, so I'm just like I used to use it a lot, but I'm just like I could just not worry about it, you know.
Mhm.
I'll stir it a little bit.
With those chunks of
Yeah, I was about
paste
to,
in
like-
there.
Yeah, I was about to just like let it get squashed to the lid, and I'm like, oh wait, probably at least a little bit stir.
Get it in a liquid a little.
At least my apartment's the one below, so no one will hear
Yeah.
if he's hitting that. Just in case you're worried. No one's underneath right now.
I kind of overflowed this, but
Oh, good.
I have a roommate who is just moved out, and the subletter just came in last night. She decided to move in at 11:30 at night.
Whoa.
the new girl.
Yeah, I had to come out and
That's
stop
not a
her.
good
Like,
sign.
her and her mom, because it woke Jack up, and he was out there barking at them. He never barks at anyone.
He was just like, "What the heck are you thinking?"
Yes, I think he was so confused by what was going on. And I came out and I was like, listen, you can bring in whatever you need to sleep tonight, but, because my roommate left her furniture, so she didn't need to move in furniture, she was just moving in all her stuff. And I was like, but you need to stop. Because
You're
we
like,
have
get a hold of
neighbors, I'm
yourself.
like, we have neighbors, like, you can't move into an apartment in the middle of the night.
On a weeknight.
Yeah.
Who does that? I feel like usually it's moving out in the middle of the night, and it's people trying to like dodge the
Yeah.
landlord or something.
Yeah. And I was just like, you've got to stop. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, just get what you need, and then get the rest in the morning. And she's like, there was so much traffic. I'm like, that doesn't affect the fact that it's still 11:30 p.m. here.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and a weeknight?
Yeah.
It's just silly. That sounds silly.
I know, it was something. She's a nice girl. I think she just literally did not realize that was not very socially acceptable.
So I already watched this while you guys weren't looking, so just letting you know I'm not too gross. So these are my cooking scissors. I don't use them for other things, but this is how I cut onions. Do the same thing. And pizza. Oh, you do the same thing?
Same thing.
You do the
Yeah.
pizza
Our
with
mom
this.
always
yeah.
cut
We
pizza
grew
with
up-
scissors.
yeah. Brandon thought it was like the weirdest thing at first, but now
Now he does it.
Yeah.
Like,
Has
oh,
joined
see,
the
it
club.
works. Totally works.
Can you see me there, Noe?
You know, just getting mold.
Oh, how fun, Fiona. Because that just make sure she doesn't fall, okay? You doing a good job? Alright, thank you.
I'm holding her in place.
She's just getting a nice little belly massage.
Right.
Yeah, especially when you're doing herbs, like mint or chives or whatever. It's just.
Have you seen those ones that are
Lindsay
like
has-
six?
I've seen
Yeah, I
those,
have
but
those
I feel
like this.
you have them. What do
Yeah,
you
I
think
like
about
them.
them?
I really like them.
I've always
Yeah.
wondered should I buy? Because like I said, I go down I know
It's
the
so
inventory of all
good for
tweezers.
cilantro or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Cilantro
I'm
with
using
the
it at this
stems,
point. I'm
too.
like,
Yeah,
this is so
It's
fast.
so fast.
Yeah.
That sounds great. That's what I need. I'll get them then.
Sold. Yeah.
You should get a fee for that. You should get a commission for that. Do this later. Cool. So we just have to let that cook for a little bit. What does it say? For how many minutes?
Probably till the potatoes are
7
done.
to 10 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes. Yeah, let's.
It
I
does
guess
smell good.
I should really just check the potatoes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then that will determine if it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll check the potato. Let's see. I cut them kind of thick. I just realized. I made them smaller just for
It's
the
all
sake
good.
of-
At least they're in cast iron, so at least they'll get so hot.
That's true.
They'll cook pretty quickly.
Soft enough.
I don't know why something you said earlier made me think of when I went to Japan when I was 18.
Oh, you went?
They-
You
yeah.
went to Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, did it just start a grease fire?
It's calmed
Just
down.
a little bit of grease fire. You went to
Yeah,
Japan?
I went with a contingent with the Boy Scouts because I was in the venturing program, and so I went with a national contingent, and we went to a camp and did a bunch of hiking, mountain biking, and stuff like that. And there was one point where this group of the Japanese leaders, they brought over some coolers, and they were like, "Oh, a special gift for you," and everyone was excited. They're like, "Japanese beer," and all these kids were like, "Yes, we get to drink beer on this trip." And they opened up the cooler, and it was pears. And they like we misunderstood their
Japanese
like
beer.
mispronunciation. It was so funny because some of us were like, "Really? This is weird."
You're
I'm
like,
oh, peers. Okay.
Japanese
Pears. Yeah.
I bet a Japanese pear is pretty awesome.
They were good. They were really good. It was funny too because they also like made us these wrist like sweatbands, and they had a Japanese maple leaf on them. They're like the symbol of friendship, but it totally looks like cannabis.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We were all
They
wearing
do.
these wristbands that kind of looked like they had weed on them.
I'm gonna put the roux in here and stir it, and then I'm gonna add the peas, and then once.
Oh, I totally forgot the roux.
Yeah, I forgot about it too.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to cook the vegetables and add it at the end. So I'm gonna add the roux, and then I'm gonna
That just looks
add.
like refried beans, which makes me happy. So,
It really does look like a refried bean.
yeah.
Yummy, refried beans, I love them.
Nice.
And then you just stir it all up.
You stir it, and I'm gonna add the. So in the original recipe, it said to thaw the peas, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I know.
Just
This is
throw
really
them in.
boiling.
They're
Like,
peas.
throw 'em in
It
there.
takes 3 seconds.
it's boiling.
They get-
Like, why would I need to
They
thaw
get
them
mushy.
first?
Yeah.
They're more likely to get mushy if I thaw them first,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Agreed.
Pretty cool.
You tell them, Orchid. Where did this recipe come from? I'm gonna lodge it.
I'm gonna fix it. So it was great. So when I bought those cubes, like the curry cubes, when I was like 18,
Mhm.
and I tried to make Japanese curry, but like I didn't read the instructions, and I skipped a bunch of steps, and it turned out terribly. But when I was in Japan, Natalie watched me make it, and then like laughed at me when I did stuff wrong. And was like, "No, this is how you do it." And so that is what gave me the courage to like look at a recipe and feel like I could do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is like a little bit like you have to like know some tricks,
Mm-hmm.
but like the cubes are like the roux. So we just made our own version of the roux. Oh shoot! Exploding it again.
You are right up to the edge.
Darn it! I need a proper Dutch oven.
There's no room for
I
the
know.
roux.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to get me a Le Creuset Dutch oven, anybody?
I have a large one.
Yeah, the lodge ones work really well.
Oh, really?
I have one.
Way cheaper.
I have one, and it works
And
great.
it-
They
yeah.
heat really evenly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great for soups and stuff. And they're like $20 or
They're 20
$30.
bucks.
Like, well, you can get them cheaper.
Do they,
Like
this?
I-
I think this was
Mike
this was
brought me-
$25, and then the lid was about the same
Every
price.
now and
Yeah.
then I see Le Creuset.
At like Tajunas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, should
I want
I
a
buy
penny
that?
one.
They are. They're like, I think that's why they're there, is because they were like a special color that was like discontinued or
Right.
something. Because it'll be
Right.
like ombre or something. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, should I get that?
You
It's like
should
I
just
don't
get it.
need it, but should I
Get
just
it for me.
get it?
Get a giant, like the big Dutch oven. That's what I want. I'll pay you for it if you see
If I see one,
it good. In this color scheme, I'm totally in.
if I see one, I'll let you
A
know.
pink one to match your Hello Kitty.
Either pink or
Like
mint, seafoam,
I think the last one I saw was
seafoam,
more of a-
aqua. Those are I like all the
navy
blues.
blue to turquoise, kind of an ombre one.
Navy blue to turquoise.
It was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like an,
That sounds cool.
yeah. I was
Ombre
very
is
tempted. And I was like, I just don't need more
Yeah.
kitchen stuff in my life right now.
I know. I've
Oh,
gotten
wow,
to
that
that point
smells
where
good.
I'm like,
Oh, good. Good. So I'll put the
well,
peas
I'm
in so
like,
they
there's
don't
not
get
really
like
my
gross
cooking for
mushy.
anything else. So,
Oh
So
no.
you're pretty
I'm
much
gonna
tapped
let
out.
It's
yeah.
just gonna overflow.
Like unless I have something else I'm willing to
Let me bring-
like get rid of. to make
let me
them-
bring you over.
I can't.
I'm gonna make it overflow, but it looks pretty good, right?
It smells.
Smells. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I think it
It's
smells
area like,
pretty
it's
awesome.
okay to smell like this for a few days.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Yeah, totally.
When do you put this thing in?
That's a garnish at the
Oh.
end. So I'm gonna.
Just forget it.
No, I didn't forget. No.
I don't like sure things.
So you at the end you add the green on top and the sesame seeds on top and the pepper, and then you could add soy sauce to taste if you like things saltier. So I'm gonna just put the lid on. Uh-oh. Does everybody still have their fingers?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I chopped the finger off once when I was a kid. They sewed it back on. It's fine. I did. It was in the DC.
What?
It was in the DC Stake Center, right next to the temple.
Oh my god.
Which finger?
This one.
Really?
Where? Like at what point?
Right at the
Well,
Holy
holy
crap.
crap.
You need to have like a scar.
That's amazing.
I know, because little tiny hands heal, like,
yeah.
and
Yeah. Tiny hands.
and hand skin, like, really heals. Like, you will almost never see somebody with a scar on their palm. Like, think of all the times you've poked or, like, cut your palm.
Small scar right there.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a scar. I have scars
On your
on my hand.
palm?
I scored in the back of my hands.
Yeah, on the back of your hands, but, like,
Not
on
on my
palms,
scars
usually
on
not,
my
and that's where the
palms.
majority of the damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, this one used to be a lot
What
more
happened?
There's just a shiny hinge, and I went to touch it while I was solid swinging oak
Oh
door.
gosh.
Yeah, solid oak doors. That's
They,
like a signature thing,
I
right?
did not like this, but they ended up taking those out.
Someone made sure to retrieve
The
it.
whole building ended up getting renovated.
Because of the finger?
Probably. Like that probably, because they had to take the doors out, so that probably
I'm
instigated
so
a
glad
whole...
you sacrificed yourself for the good of...
I have actually, like, I don't remember any of the pain or anything like that. I have a lot of funny stories that I remember from it. Like, in the hospital when they had me, like, Velcroed down in the, like, kid papusa.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were sticking out my middle finger, and I was like, not the bad finger! Not the bad finger! Because I was like 5. I was like, not the bad finger, that's the bad finger. I was so concerned it was the bad finger. And then after, at some point while I was there, and my dad brought me an orange soda in a can with a straw
That's exciting.
and a Snow White coloring book. And I remember so specifically thinking, I'm right-handed. What's wrong with you? And I was a very precocious child. in this way.
What's wrong with you?
Whereas my dad was probably thinking, like, she better start learning how to draw with her left hand.
Yeah, you should have.
But my thought was like, what a rude thing to bring.
Oh.
And then I just had this giant gauze club of an arm for a long time that I would just beat my little sister with quite relentlessly. And then I remember one time my mom grabbed my hand, just not thinking of it, and it, like, it bled and it
You
bled.
stop, Kristen,
man.
stop.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
I'm
But-
so squeamish.
Yeah.
It is.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I did get special
I'm
favor from my mom
super
for
squeamish.
much.
Yeah. If I think about blood too much, I'll pass out. Like, think about it.
No, I've had times where we're like hanging out, like our families talking, and we'll be eating, and like, we're totally okay at the end. Then like, my sister-in-law was like, "You have to stop." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't really think about it. I can eat and talk about."
You're like a family full of surgeons or something.
My whole
Like,
family's like, actually, like, we can talk. There's no.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
like watching surgery on TV.
One of our
Excited?
Usually after like kids,
Yeah.
all options for squeamishness are gone.
One of our brothers, he's totally fine with like his own blood or his own bones coming out or whatever. But seeing anyone else's, he like can't handle it.
Oh my gosh, I love
like
these
pretty
little
gnarly. Yeah.
So the peas might not all the way be,
Stir them in.
yes, I hope they're all the way not frozen. Maybe I was spoke too soon to make fun of the author of that.
That will be kind of amazing. I kind of love it. It just adds a little texture. Yeah. So nice.
Crunchy, the
I feel, like,
crunchiness.
I feel like with peas, I like to, if I'm throwing them in something, I kind of like to just blanch them on their own and then just add them in at the end, because then they're really bright green and they don't like
that's
get
right.
that
That
overcooked
does sound
sort of.
good.
It takes an extra pan, but it's really fast because I just throw it. I just have my little frying pan and I usually just put like half an inch of water and a bunch of salt in it and just cook them for like a minute and just throw them in the sink.
Hey,
Chop
Cosette,
them.
how much curry do you want?
Like
Half a scoop. Okay.
I mean, it depends on what scoop you're using. You're using a big spoon, right?
I'm gonna use a microscopic
A
scoop.
black
Is it
scooper.
like the
It's
petite
like this
scooper?
much.
Yeah, half of that. I know 2/3 of that.
What? What is
5/8.
Can I see?
Do you, Emily, you want to pull up a chair?
You keep
and sit
giving me
right
such
here?
good telescopes.
Hey, Fiona.
Will he let
11,
you?
16.
Okay, so I'll end this video and then we'll restart it with the cookies. Yeah.
Oh, do you want
Hi, here I am. Here's the Japanese curry.